Hey guys, today we're going to do the second page in the Everlasting Printable mini album templates. I'm just going to do one side of the page and not try to do both sides because last time I did the whole thing, matted it and all, and it was like a long video. So I had to split it up into three. So I don't want to do that. I want to go ahead and do like one whole side of a page because one side's going to be in the spine. Whoop, look at that. One side's going to be in the spine and one side's going to have the side pocket insert in it. So I just want to do another page, but I'm going to do one side, if that makes sense. This is the first page we did, front and back. I will link the playlist to this printable template in the description box below, and I'll also link the printable template in the description box below. And any and everything I use that I can find, I will also link in the description box below in case you're interested in checking it out, see how much it is, see if you want one, you know, so on and so forth. So, what I'm going to do today is the first page, I did page 2 and 3 as the main base page. This time I'm going to do page 4 and 5 as the main base page. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that real quick. I already printed off everything I'm going to use. I just need to get it organized again. All right, here we go. Okay, so here's page 4. Oh, that's the wrong page. Yeah, here we go. There's page 4 and 5. But I've already cut out one of the page 5s because I printed the second one out with the script on it because I'm going to use this as a flip out page. So anyway, I've already cut one of them out, but this page, the two plain pages are going to be the base of this page. So I want to go ahead and trim this out. This is the Fiskars Precision heavy duty paper trimmer. It's got a really long name. I don't know. I say it different every time, so whatever. So I'm going to trim this part out with my scissors, but I'm going to set that aside. Where's that other piece? So with this piece, I'm going to trim this out a little differently. So this one, you see, doesn't have any tabs on it. So I'm going to cut the bottom off. And I'm going to cut this side off. Right there. Okay. I'm going to move this out of the way. Oh, of course, my dogs see something outside the minute I start recording. That's awesome. Sophie. Okay. Anyway, so I left this piece on right here. So the reason I did that is I'm going to use that as a tab to hold on to my main base. Okay. So I just wanted to show you that that's what I was going to be doing. I know it's hard to see because this is white. So I left that side on. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim all of this out. And then I will be right back. In addition to that, I'm going to use, this is a piece left over from the first page. Let's see what page it is because I've cut that off. You would think I would know. Here we go. That is page 8. So we used the belly band in the last page. So I'm going to use this pocket here in this page. So I'm going to trim this out. I'm just grabbing my scissors. And I'm going to use this one as well. So I'm going to finish trimming this out and then I'll be right back. Alright, so I've got these pieces trimmed out. I don't need to score that one. But I do need to score these. And this is a We Are Memory Keepers scoreboard. It's the trim and score. My last video, I did like a little mini review of this thing. I'm still not impressed with the trimming part when it comes to my templates. So I probably won't be using that much, but I am going to use it as a scoreboard. So, and also I'm not going to use the tool that comes with it because I really do like the stylus better. It just seems to be a little bit more accurate. So I am going to go ahead and score these pieces. So here's the one that we made the tab on the end. So I'm just going to score that, right? You can see that, can't you? I'm going to score that. Oh, you know what? I need to cut this piece off. I wasn't even thinking. This is going to be the spine, so I'm going to cut this off real quick. And I'm going to score these two flaps. I'm just going to line it up. You know what I was just thinking? This one, I really need to score it on the outside of that line because there's going to be a pocket that this is going to have to fold over. So I'm going to rescore it. Let's see if I can get it a little over. Okay. All right, back to this one. I forget what movie it's in, but I feel like it's that movie about the dog and he has a hard attention or a bad attention span. Sophie, no, Sophie, hang on. Okay, sorry about that. Garbage truck come around into the street. Anyway, as I was saying, I feel like that dog in the movie, I don't even remember what movie it is, but where he gets distracted and he's like, squirrel. That's me. I feel like that's me all the time. Like I get so distracted, my mind just won't stop. So, anyways, I'm afraid my dog's gonna bark. She's still sitting at the door. I feel like she's just gonna bark any moment now. If she does, I do apologize. Oh, Sophie. All right, let me move this out of the way. So now what we want to do is, let's start with the main base. Let's just do them all. Let's put tape on everything. So we're going to go ahead and prep these tabs, flip them over and burnish them. So this one, I'm going to burnish it this way, but I'm actually going to flip it this way because this is the way I want to use it. Like that. And then let's do this pocket real quick. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add tape on all of these. This one, I'm going to put tape on the back side, so I'm going to flip it over. And I think I'm going to have to use 1/4 inch on this one. This is Sequin score tape. It's very important to use some really heavy duty, strong adhesive when you're building mini albums like this. You really don't want them to fall apart. And it also depends on your climate too. So, you know, think about that. You might want to test some things out before you like make any huge investments in your tape and your adhesive. So try to test some things out. But my favorite is this Sequin score tape. I have tried American Crafts double-sided tape, and it's okay. I don't think you get as much for your money. Oh, I just ran out. Let me go get another one. I actually think that you get double the. I actually think you get double the amount of score tape versus the American Crafts one, but I don't remember exactly. I did use everything that I bought though. I actually used it when I was making my mock-ups. So far so good, you know. They haven't fallen apart. Oh, I still need 2 more here. See? Squirrel! Anyway, if anybody knows the name of that movie, let me know. I'm sure I know it. I just don't know it. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean. Okay. All right. So now I need to trim this little edge off. I like the tape to go right up to the edge. These are Tim Holtz tonic scissors. I know I repeat myself all the time, but you wouldn't believe how many times people ask me stuff. So I feel like, you know, I need to tell you. All right. So I'm going to test this real quick just to make sure it's all good. Pretty good. let's just start with one side. Let's remove the backing. And I'll put a little bit of glue stick. And then let's match it up. I'm going to start with matching it up top here because I can always trim the straight edge. And I'll match it all the way down. Pretty good, pretty good. So I can always trim this bottom edge if I feel like it is sticking out too far, but so far I think it's okay. Alright, let's do this other side. And this cardstock that I'm using is just white, 65-pound cover stock. The only downside to that is it's softer, but you can build more layers without adding the extra thickness to your album. So it's just something to think about. That's not too bad, not too shabby. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and burnish that down. Before I add anything else together, so this is your main base. This is main base option B. I'm going to go ahead and ink everything up before I do anything else with Distress Ink by Tim Holtz. This is ground espresso and a Tim Holtz blending tool. I actually like the square ones better for inking the edges, but that's what I got right now. So I'm going to ink this both front and back. I'm going to ink this all the way around, and I'm going to ink this front and back. So I will be right back. Okay, I've got all my inking done. So the next thing I want to do is, again, this is the spine, and then this is the free edge where the insert's going to go into. I want to add this one here as a flip page like this. Okay, so I'm going to add this now, and then I'm going to add the pocket in a second. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the backing of the tape, a little bit of glue stick, and then I think I'm going to lay it down where it matches almost exactly, and then hope for the best. Hope for the best. Alright, how'd I do? Like, I even already pressed it down, so it doesn't really matter, does it? Alright, look at me. I did good. It's perfect. Okay, so this is going to be a flip out page like this, and then this pocket here, we're going to put it right here. Now, if I was printing this out because I was going to be using it on this page, I would not have put the script on it because I'm going to mat it. But since it was already printed prior to for the last page, I'm going to use it. So we're going to peel the tape back on that corner there. We're going to tack this back edge down. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and give it a good burnish real quick. Let me double check. I feel like, oh, it's going to fit. So I am going to pull it away from the edge just a hair so that this piece can still fold over top of it without it being obstructed. Oh man, I need to be careful. Okay. I don't want the pocket to stick out. So now I'm going to remove the backing, the paper backing, from the tape. Whoa. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue stick. I could have put this piece over top of the envelope, but I don't know. I just decided it would be cleaner looking this way, and I don't know. So there you go. There you have it. That's my thoughts. Wow, is that sticking out so far? Why is that sticking out so far? Let's try this again. I think I must have scored this slightly off, but it's okay. I'm going to line it up on one side. And then line it up on the other. Right, just like that. And I got it on there crooked, but there And we're going to burnish it down. So then when this closes, you really shouldn't see much. Awesome. Perfect. Okay, so now we got this. And we got a pocket here, spine, side. Okay, so then the next thing I want to do is I want to add one of these. It's page 19. And then the inserts are on page 21, but on the inserts are these little tabs here. And I'm going to use these to keep this, I'm going to attach it down to here to keep this closed, to keep this pocket closed, if that makes sense.
Let me see, did I? I had one already. Oops. Let's see. Let me see what it's going to look like if I have it up here, right? And then there's a reason why I need this flippy flappy. I might have to do it in the middle.
Well, anyway, I'll explain in just a minute. So we're going to be needing the tabs and the inserts. So what I did with the inserts is I printed 2 off. I've already cut one out because I'm going to have them as like a booklet. Okay, so that's how the inserts go. So I printed 2. So I'm going to show you how I cut that out. But first, I'm going to talk about this. This is option B. Where is the, I think it's in here. Where's the pocket? Yeah, so this is option B of this type of pocket. So here's a double pocket, right? And then I used the option B for this double pocket. So what I'm going to make this into is a double pocket flip page. Flip out, whatever, page. Okay, so what I'm going to need is I printed 1 out. You could print 2, but I printed 1, and then I'm going to trace another one. So I need this. So I already knew that when I put my workbook together, I already knew that I was going to be using this as a double flip pocket page as well. So I already cut one out because you're not going to need any of the tabs for the second part of the double flip pocket page. So that's a mouthful right there. Okay, so also this is going to be on the front. Like actually this is going to be here, right? But when it flips down, I want it to have the script on it. So what I'm thinking about doing is I printed off, just in case I decided to do this, I printed off, this is just the cover template, so I was thinking about
doing it like this. So, I'm thinking, so actually, since it's going to be on the back side, right, I need to trace it like this. No, because I want this on the top. So if I trace it like this and cut it out and score it out and then boop, does that make sense? I'm thinking here. I think I'll trace it like this. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to let's just go ahead and trace it. Because sometimes the more I think about something, the more complicated it gets, right?
So I'm just going to trace it out. I'm going to use that line there, that line that I've already got there. I'm going to trace it out all the way around. Ooh, I just passed over a bump on my table. Like that. And then I'm actually going to flip it up because that part has tape. I'm going to draw a line here because those are actually going to be important. I'm going to flip that back down and draw a line here. Okay, so there's that. So I'm going to cut that out. And then I'm going to cut this out the same way I cut out the option A. I'm going to leave all the tabs on. And then I will be right back. I'm going to cut them both out and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got both pieces cut out. I know you can't really hardly see because it doesn't have a distressed edge, but what I'm going to do with the piece that I traced, I am going to score it on either side. Or I'm sorry, I'm going to score it right alongside that. I need to add another line to my scoreboard, don't I? I am going to score both of those lines there, and when I go to burnish it down, I'm going to do it this way. I'm not going to get my other folder out, but then I'm going to flip it over and do it this way. I want it to be really flexible. So when I go to burnish, that's what I'll do. This one, I might have scored that crooked. Hopefully not. Okay. So there's the one piece that I traced out. And so this one I'm going to do the same. Oh, you remember, I don't know if you watched the first page. If you're not, you should go back and watch it. But I didn't score this notch out right here because first you need to score that bottom. Whoa. Hello. And then you trim that little piece off. So you have a nice even cut. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and finish scoring all of these lines. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 left to score. And then I'm going to ink them up and then I'll be back. Oh, and the same with these two lines. I'm going to fold them back and forth each way just so I know they're going to be flexible. And you'll understand what I mean in a minute. So, I've got both of my pieces inked up, ready to go. Put tape on the back of one, and put tape in the middle there. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the backing from all of the tape and show you how to put this together and how to add it to the page. Okay. So I'm going to put some glue stick on the tab parts here. Just like that. I'm going to leave the middle free. I'm going to do it this way. I like to hold the, wait a second. I did do it wrong. Didn't I? Yeah. Whatever. You need to pay attention to which way your pattern goes. It's not the end of the world. But, anyway, see, I put too much thought into it, like I thought I would. So first I'm going to try to match up these two middle pieces here. And then I'm going to match the bottom edge up, match the side, match the side. Not too bad. It's not 100% perfect, but I'm just going to ink that up. Or I could, let's not ink it up. Let's trim it and see. It's not going to hurt anything just to trim those little pieces that aren't exactly the same. It's just like cutting them out from the template. And I guess you could, if you wanted to, you could trim these edges out after you put it together. That might be a little bit more complicated, but to put it together, I mean. Okay. So then I'm going to need to go back and re-ink this side. But just pay attention to which way your patterns go, and if you need it to face a certain way, and I'm sure since you won't be recording yourself, you will do just fine. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want the pattern to be on the back side, so I'm going to run a piece of score tape as soon as I can find the edge. There it is. Right along that same area, just like that. But before I do that, before I attach it down, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that it is going to fold properly. I'll burnish it down to one side and then the other, right? So flip it over and burnish it this way and this way. Okay, so where's my page? Where did it go? All right, here's my page, right? So I'm going to add it here. Oops, got off a little bit on this side. This doesn't get up. So I'm going to add it onto this page right here. I think I'm going to get closer to the edge because my inserts, here's an insert. Let's see how far they stick out. Oh, that feels funny. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm going to put it about a little less than a quarter of an inch away from the edge here. So let's just remove the backing off of this tape and stick it down. It's so hard to center things because I can't get up over top of it. It's not too bad. Looking up in my viewfinder. Okay. Down it goes. And I'm going to burnish that. It's still not center. Gosh. Oh well. Right? So now this pocket's going to flip down this way and flip up this way, right? And the more you do it, the better it'll do. And so how are we going to keep those from flopping around and from this from flopping around is that this little handy dandy tab right here. Let me go ahead and cut it out. You know what, real quick too, I wanted to point out, you don't need a fancy scoreboard if you don't want one. You can still use a ruler and like the stylus or your bone folder, and you can just do it that way. You do not have to have a scoreboard. Something small like this, it doesn't take but a second. It would be more helpful, of course, if I had something softer underneath it so that it would have a place to sink into, but that's okay. All right, now these don't have to be cut out together. I mean, they don't have to be, you don't have to fold them in half and cut them, the edges at the same time, because you're not going to see one of them anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these out, and then I'm going to ink them up, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got these two pieces inked up, folded on both sides. So what I want to do with these is I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to attach it down to here and close this, and then I'm going to have a magnet closure right here. So what I think I'm going to do is wait to put these on until I'm at this pocket, because I think I might want it to go over top. I think that might be a cool little detail. So I'm going to set these aside for a second, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to get the two, actually I'm going to get the two inserts and that are going to go in here. So there's one that goes in here, and then the one that I'm going to put in this pocket right here, which is this insert right here. This is page 11, and this is option B, the insert option B. So I'm going to trim this out. You just keep these two together and score down the middle, but this is the one that I wanted to show you how to do. So let me get my paper trimmer out here. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. I've been keeping all of my white pieces because if you watched my first videos, you'll know that the paper line that I'm using doesn't have anything. I don't have anything to like any ephemera and anything ephemera. I don't have anything except a few flowers to embellish the album with, so I'm gonna have to make a lot of my own, so that'll be quite a challenge as well. So these two, what you want to do, well, hang on, let me go ahead and trim this out, and then we'll score them both at the same time. Alright, and get my scoreboard back out. So this one, I need to add another line. I'm gonna keep saying that until I finally do it. Okay, so this one you just literally score right here, no big deal, and then it'll fold over this way once it's trimmed out, of course, and that'll be that insert. And then this one, you once again you want to score it down the middle, right? Fold it over. I don't know if I said yet, but this is a Teflon bone folder. I totally dig it. That scoreboard doesn't fit in the same spot my other one used to. or actually still there. Okay, so then what you want to do is you want to, since you folded them together, you want to trim them out together. That way you know for sure that the edges are going to match up when you do like a folded decorative edge booklet type insert thing. So just going to show you what it looks like, and then I'll cut the other insert out off camera and ink everything up. So see, that was easy, right? So they're exactly the same. So when it opens up, they're both trimmed out, right? But when they close, they're the same. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this one up. I'm going to ink them both up, and then we'll be right back. Alright, so I got both of the inserts done. So remember, this one is a booklet, and it goes in here like that. They're both inked up on both sides. The booklet's harder to get in there because it wants to grab onto those little points. Alright. Oh, that looks so cute. I like it. Alright, and that flips open, and then this goes in here like that. You can either have it sticking out like that, or you can have it inside the pocket. So for right now, I'm going to have it inside the pocket while I work on these tabs here. Well, first I need to mat that one. So what I want to do is I want to pick out some paper. Let me find the paper pad pack thing. Okay, so this is the paper line I'm using. It is a 49 in Market, and it's Sand and Sea. So if you've watched my other videos, you'll know that I'm trying to downplay the whole beach thing going on with all of the beachy and sea stuff. You know, I kept saying nautical last time. It's really not nautical, it's beachy. I don't know why I kept saying nautical. But I'm trying to downplay that, and I did a pretty good job in the first page, so I'm going to try to duplicate that in this page. So I'm going to pick out some papers from this, and then we're going to go ahead and mat this one so that I can add my tabs and my closures. Okay, I think these are the ones I'm going to use for the front side of this page. So I'm going to use these on the other part, but then I think I'm going to use this here, right there, and then I think I'm going to put this on the edge there. So let me move that insert out of the way. So let me get the two templates for this. So that pocket is on page 8, and then the mat is on page 29. So I'm going to grab that one, and then I think yeah, I'm going to grab the mat for, no, that's the insert. The mat for the main base option B, which is on page 26. I'll grab both of those. So the first one I want to do is I want to trace this one out, and I can't decide if I want to butt it right up here or go over here. Either way, it's the same. So I'm just going to butt this up, trace around it, cut it out, ink it up, all that good stuff. Right? And then for the other one, see, I'm going to make sure you can't see all of this stuff. I mean, it's pretty. It's not that it's not pretty. It's just not what I was wanting, you know, for this album. So I'm going to try to downplay it a little bit. So I'm going to line this up here. I don't know how much of this I'm actually going to use because you can't see the whole thing. So I might just, you know, cut off a little bit versus a bunch of the page. I didn't even trace it all the way down. So let me set that aside. Let me just do a little bit of judgment here. Yeah, I think if I cut it off right there, I think that'll be good. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this out, or cut this down a little bit. So yeah, that'll be good. Okay, so let me trim these both out, and then I'm going to ink them up, and we're going to glue them down. All right, I got my 2 mats cut and inked, so they're looking pretty good. Oh, that was a little too, oh, hello. So they're looking pretty good. So this one's going to go here, and then this one's going to go here, right? So that's going to look good. Oh, shoot. I need to change my battery. Okay, so I'm gonna get these mats down. I got a new bottle of glue. This is Fabri-Tac by Beacon. This is what I normally use, but it was hard to use in my last video, so I got a new bottle, and this was all they had, was the small ones. So I'm just gonna see, hey, I've never bought a small one, maybe I like it. It already had a hole, it's already cut at the tip, so that's kind of nice because it's really thin. It's a really fine, small hole. So sometimes I get my holes a little too big. All right, let's get this one down. I just really want to show you the closure. I know y'all know how to glue things down. So, okay, I'm going to turn it this way. And since I don't have a whole lot of paper, you know, saving that extra bit might mean the difference between being able to mat something and not being able to mat something, you know, because you're not going to be able to see it anyway. All right. So that is down. So what I'm thinking, I don't know if I'm going to do in the middle or not. I might just guess. So I might just attach one down and then I'm still thinking. I might just attach one down and then match it up on the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use score tape because I want it to be good and tight down this one side, but I'm only going to do one little strip right here. And it doesn't matter because it's going to be matted. It doesn't matter which side because I'm going to mat whichever side is exposed. So I'm going to go ahead and prep both of them real quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the backing off of here. Make sure. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of guess where I think I might like it. Not in the middle, but not quite up too high. So it'll look like that. So then the other one, how am I going to do this, you guys? I don't know. I hadn't really thought this out yet. I think I used my ruler. I think my ruler will help. No, because then it goes all crooked. Well, I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to try to see here. I think I'm right in the right spot. Okay. Let's see. What do you think? Do you think it looks about right? So that's what we're doing. Okay. So now I'm going to add, whoa, it's still coming out. I don't need any glue right now, so let's put the lid on. Now I'm going to add magnets. So my last magnet video, I showed you I was using these magnets. I've got basic gray, but some of my subscribers suggested I use this like in a pinch. If you can't get them online quick enough, these you get at the hardware store, so why not, right? And then to use these washers. So I normally like to support my my scrapbooking companies because that's, you know, that's my job, that's what I do. But in a pinch, you know, these could come in really, really handy. I don't think they're, I mean, they're probably about the same cost-wise. So I'm going to need 2. Whoa, whoa.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I said that. I know they're not coming apart. Oh, come on. Don't poke myself, so I'm going to do. Okay. Oh, there we go. Slide it off. Quit fighting it.
And then I'm going to use 2 of these washers. These will help you save a little bit of money, which is nice. So, let's see. I think I'm just going to go ahead and attach one to the other and do it just like you do with the basic gray. Oh, I didn't mean for them to go together. All right. So I'm going to add a little bit of score tape on, yeah, on each piece. So I'm going to put a square on the washer. And I'm going to put a square on the magnet. Like that. I'm going to do that to both pieces. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the backing off of the magnet, and I'm going to put this in the middle around, because I'm going to mat it, so I wanted to make sure that, wait a minute, it closes. Where's it closing it? Okay. I need to scoot it up just a little bit. So when I mat it, you can't see the magnet, I guess. All right, whoa. And then I'm going to take the backing off the washer, and I'm going to press it down. Right? So now, oh, it's not, where's my Post-it notes? So I need to, come on magnet, let go. I'm going to put a Post-it note right there so that I can pull my magnet closure. Oh, come on. Maybe I need something stronger than a Post-it note. Good grief. Here, I'm going to stick it to the magnet, and that way I can just pull up like that. There we go. So once it's matted, it won't be so bad. So I'm going to do the same thing to this, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got my magnets on, but in my excitement to get this on, this double pocket flip page, I forgot I need to mat that page underneath. So I'm just going to take this flat spatula thing, I think it's a Cricut tool from a long time ago, and I am going to try to get this off of here without doing too much damage. We'll see.
So do as I say, not as I do, right? Alright, let's see if we can get this up. I've just been so excited. This whole template is just, I'm just excited. And since I'm matting it, I'm not really concerned that it's tearing the paper a little bit. Oh, I don't want to rip a hole in it though. Alright. Let's see if I can, ooh, the magnets will hold each other. No, they're not magnets, they're washers. Okay, I'm just going to take my time here. I can't believe I did this. That reminds me of a YouTube video I saw. This mama and her baby, and she was telling her baby a story. And the baby was brushing her hair. Y'all probably seen it. It is so adorable. And when the mom would go, girl, she would go, girl. It's so cute. I love that video. If I can find it, I'll try to link it, but I doubt I can.
Anyway, alright, so that's not too bad. So since I'm going to mat it, I'm not going to stress over that. And look, it didn't really do any damage to this, except for pulling the paper up. Alright, well, now that I got that fixed, let's mat this before I tear it up. So I'm going to use this scrapbook, see the back side of this, it's got a lighthouse on it. So I'm going to use the blue side, and then I'm going to get my template back out here. And I'm going to trace it. Let's trace it out this way. So I've got a straight edge leftover piece. Don't know why. Or am I probably leaving? No, okay, we're good. So I'm going to trace this piece out. Right. And then I think for this part, since this part's going to be here, I'm not going to mat the back or the inserts right now because I don't know if I had enough paper. But I think for this part, I think I'm going to use this paper. So let me get the template for that. That is, I just had it a second ago. Right here. It's on page 40. So I'm going to trace 2 of these out, and then I'm going to cut them out, ink them up, and then I'll be right back. So I got both of those ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and attach this one down real quick. I can't believe I did that. That's so funny. But that's just kind of how it's been going lately. I've been so excited about this new template, and I've been wanting to get it out to you guys, and so I'm going to get a lot of glue for this middle part. I'm just super, super excited, but I just am getting ahead of myself is what's happening. At least I think. Look, you'll never even know that I did that. That's right. So, looking good. Okay, so, again, I want to downplay that seahorse thing. So, I got some more of that paper back out that I used in the last video. And I'm just going to attach it to the sides here, to these ends. Okay, I don't know how far I'm going to go. I don't have to cover the whole thing up. I mean, it's not like the most hideous thing in the world or anything. So, let's just do a little bit. And then maybe a little bit more than a little bit. Okay. There we go. So then I'm going to try to match this up pretty good. Like that. Trying to keep it straight. You know what, if it's not perfect, it's not perfect. Okay. I really like the way it looked in the first page, so I'm just going to continue to do that through the whole album. I think it'll be cute. Alright, let's separate these, trim them up, and then I need to ink these little edges, and then we can attach them down. So let's just get them on there. This is so cute. I mean, the paper colors are so pretty. I just wish it didn't have the beachy theme. So, we're just going with it. I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but I burnt myself again. I am like a walking accident waiting to happen. I am so accident prone. I'm so clumsy. Okay. There we go. Just like that. So you can't even see that seahorse. You can see a little bit of a nose, but you don't know that's what it is. So cute. Alright. Now I'm going to put the score tape back on here and attach this puppy back down. And no one will be the wiser. No one will ever know. Except you and me and the internet. I better burnish that down pretty good since I messed up. That is so cute. I love it. There it goes. So cute. Okay. Alrighty. Now that the mat's on, I can have a better look-see about where we're going. Right there. That's where we're going. Burnish that down. Oh, careful, Jen. Right? Wonderful. That's so cute. Okay. Those still collect. Do I still need? I don't think I need my posties anymore. Thank goodness. So I'm gonna pick out some paper to mat these. So I need the mats from page. Whoops. Where is it at? There it is. From page 42. By the way, I'm really loving my workbook. I'm loving working with it. So just so y'all know. So there's the two mats. And let me pick out some paper and I'll be right back. Okay, I found a couple scraps. And I'm going to use this scrap from doing that. I think it's just wide enough. It's just wide enough. So I'm going to mat. Oh, I need to mat both sides of this. I wonder, should I mat both sides with the same thing? Maybe I'll do both sides with the same thing. Why not? Oh, no, because then I've got that there. But I was going to use this blue to mat the inside of there. So I've already traced these out. So I'm going to cut this and put this piece aside. You know, what could I wonder. I wonder if I should use no. Oh, I could put it on both pieces right there. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Yeah. So, what I'm going to do is lay this down here. Oh, it's slightly skinnier, slightly, ever so slightly. That's okay. I think it'll be fine. So this one's going to go where you can see it on the top. Okay, I've got them cut out and inked, and I've already put glue on the back of them just to try to save time. No big deal. I just use my Fabri-Tac, and doesn't really even, these being the red ones being slightly skinnier than the actual template, it's not even that big of a deal. You can't hardly tell. I mean, I guess you could if you really got up on it, but we're not going to do that. All right, we're going to open these back up, and we're going to add blue to the side. Oh, I hope these magnets still work through, what, two layers of cardstock? I'm sure they will. I don't see why not. It's not wanting to lay very flat. The mat isn't. This is some thick cardstock, so be aware of that. It's not a big deal, I don't think. I don't think. Of course, maybe my glue just dried, I don't know. Yeah, that is some thick cardstock. I might have to add some more glue to it at a certain point. Okay. Ah. Oh yeah, see, the glue is dry already. It is so hot up here in my loft, in my studio loft. And I had to wait for the dog to quit barking, so that's why it's not holding down as good, because the glue is already dry, or tacky. No, it's dry. Wow. Okay. We're gonna have to get them other ones. Those slightly look like different colors, but that's okay. I guess those red ones are okay because they're the first ones I put on. What do you guys think? It's so cute. I love it. I love the way it turned out. It's absolutely adorable. Okay, I'm not going to flip through it again because you guys just sat and watched me make it. So, oh, the insert. I got to put that insert in there. So let's stick this back in here. See, it could stick out like this as soon as I get that in there. But then I kind of cover up my little detail. I haven't decided yet. So we'll just leave it at that. So there we go. I wonder how the magnet's going to work. We'll see. Okay, I like it. So the next video, we'll do the other side of this page. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. I'll link everything in the description box below, including the templates and the previous videos, and anything I may have mentioned, anything I've used. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit this little circle right there, and then hit the little bell next to it so that you can be notified when I upload a video. And then check out these other videos that you see on the screen. So I'll see you next time. Bye.